Here it's Alex from GMG Studio. Today we will talk about marketing your first game. In this video we will show you how to make great marketing with no or little money invested. So first of all, there's a common mistake to think marketing starts when your game is finished. And this is totally bullshit. Okay, you could start your marketing when your game is finished, but seriously, what do you expect? Do you really think that a month or even a week is enough to market your game? Especially when you are a small indie developer and nobody knows you. You have to start much earlier. Marketing should always start as soon as possible, and because we want to teach you how to make your first game with zero or little money spent, you will need the time. Content marketing is the way to go. It will only require you time and effort, but it will be totally worth it. You have to focus on creating content such as videos, images, social media posts, etc. and post them. You don't have to promote your brand, you just have to catch interests of people. And always ask yourself, if you would be the audience, would it catch your interest? Your goal is to build a small group of people who love your work. In the early days, this work will be content, the design of your character, the world, the game design. But as time passes, the content can be games. Do you know what I love? On Instagram you can ask people to vote. Maybe you have 2 character designs. Ask people to vote for their favorite. Communicate with your audience, but please remember that you should only post high quality and valuable content. Don't post 3 times the same design, come on. And the most important thing is to post content regularly. You don't have to post something every day, but every week is fine, or even every 2 weeks is fine. But do it. And always remember the ask rule. Audience stays king. But there's that one question you have to answer before you can actually start. Who is my audience? The starting point is to take a look at players of other games which are similar to your future release. You really have to find out as much as you can about these people. What do they like? Where do they spend the most time online? What content do they prefer? Are they watching Let's Plays? Are they interested in amazing graphics? Do your research, because these people should be your primary audience. And now it's time to consider what content you can produce. Not everyone has the skill or the time for professional game art or to stream every day, but there's always something you can do. Maybe you just have to find it out, but trust me, there is something. And you have to keep going. Don't think that your audience will grow in the first days. It will take months or even years, but it will happen. This is why you have to start as soon as possible with your marketing. And now it's time to go into marketing your game. The first and probably most important thing is to understand your message. What makes your game interesting? Why should I spend my time to play your game? There are so many other options I can spend my free time on. Why should I play your game? What is the experience you offer? You have to understand what will draw players into your game when reaching out to other people. Now that you know what makes your game interesting, it's time to drive the content marketing into the game. You can post art, designs, launching a landing page, produce a trailer, release gameplay, but remember, always remember the ask rule, audience stays king. And this is probably obvious, but many people are too shy or don't want to ask for a favor. Stop being stupid and start to mail the game news sites, influencers, or whoever else makes a living from talking about games. The truth is that it is their job to have content and the content has to be good. They know how important the ask rule is. If their audience isn't satisfied, they will have a huge problem, so try it. And please don't just try the huge game sites or the YouTubers with millions of subscribers. The smaller ones need some love too. Focus on the ones with the same audience as you. These people will be thankful because you gave them some content, and in return you probably will grow your audience with people who love what you do. Okay, I have waited with this tip till the end of the video because I think it should be obvious, but I think many people forget about it. Your launch date should be chosen wisely. There's always competition, and on some weeks the competition is much higher than on others. Your game can be great, your marketing can be awesome, but do you really think that you could compete with a newly released God of War? I don't think so. So, do your research. You plan to release your game in March? What big games are released on March? Do you share the same audience? Would you play your own game or the newly released AAA game all of your friends are playing? A wrong release date could destroy everything, so choose wisely. We hope that this video helped you a bit and you can successfully market your first game. Like the video if you liked the video, dislike the video if you disliked the video, subscribe if you want to be notified on our future content. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to follow us there as well. And have a great day. Start creating, stop consuming.